Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be all about fractions, and the main focus will be on the types of fractions you need to know for your exam. So split the fractions into two parts. Part 1 is talking about the different types of fractions, and part 2 will be using those different types of fractions to add them, subtract, multiply and divide, which I will upload next week. So here are the three types of fractions that you need to know for your exam: proper, improper and mixed. Anything that is bottom heavy is a proper fraction. For example, 4/5, because that's bottom heavy, so that makes it a proper fraction. Improper, that's the complete opposite of proper, so anything top heavy is improper. Mixed fractions are fractions that have a whole number and then a fraction with it. So anything like 2 1/4. Let's have another example for each one. So what else could be a proper fraction? Well, 2/3 can be a proper fraction because 3 is bigger than 2. It's bottom heavy, therefore it's a proper fraction. Improper, let's say 7/6 because it's top heavy. Mixed can be anything like 3 1/2 because it's got a whole number and it's also got a fraction. Proper fractions are really nice and easy to deal with, whereas improper and mixed are slightly more complicated. Improper and mixed can be interchanged. So that means that improper can be converted into a mixed fraction and mixed fraction can be converted into an improper fraction. So it's really important that you understand how to convert between these two. So let's learn how to convert improper fraction to mixed fraction first. Let's take a look at an improper fraction. So 11/6. First step that you need to do is to divide the top number by the bottom number, so you get a whole number, which in this case will be 1. Because 6 times 1 gives you 6, then 6 times 2 is 12, but this number here is smaller than 12, so 6 only goes into 11 once, so that's why you've got 1 here. Then that's the whole number part. Now you need the fraction part. In the fraction, the denominator is always going to stay the same, so it's always going to be out of 6, and whatever the remainder is, you put that at the top. So we know the remainder is 5 because we know 6 goes into it once, and what we're left with is 5 because 6 times 1 is 6, and is 6 add 5, that gives you 11, so the remainder was 5. So 11/6 is same as 1 and 5/6. Now let's learn how to convert a mixed fraction to an improper fraction. For that we're going to have a look at a mixed fraction. So let's take a look at 2 1/3. When you're converting a mixed to an improper, you know it's just going to be one fraction, and you know the denominator is always going to stay the same. So it's going to be out of 3. And the steps that you follow is the denominator, you times it with the big number, and then you add the numerator. Okay, so it's 3 times 2, which gives us 6, add 1 gives us 7, so 7 goes on top. So in fact this equals this. It doesn't really matter whether you're converting from improper to mixed or mixed to proper. In either of the cases, the denominator always stays the same. So if you're converting from improper to mixed, the denominator 6 stayed the same in both of the cases. And when you're converting from mixed to improper, you can clearly see that the denominator stayed the same. So be careful that you don't mix these numbers up. Denominator will always be the same regardless of whether you're converting from improper to mixed or mixed to improper. Let's look at another example here. So we want to convert this improper fraction into a mixed fraction. So we divide the top number by the bottom number. And we know that 7 goes into 9 only once, but that leaves us with a remainder of 2. And you know it's going to be out of 7 because the denominator stays the same. So 9 over 7 is same as 1 and 2 sevenths. Now let's take a look at this mixed fraction here. So we know the denominator is going to be 5 because denominators stay the same. But the little rule says that it's the denominator multiplied with the big number, so the whole number. You multiply that and then you add the numerator. So numerator is the top number, denominator is the bottom number. So 5 times 5 gives us 25. Add 4 gives us 29. So this mixed fraction is same as this improper fraction.